they approached me, right? I didn't run after you, right? So you saw the brand Chayuta and you saw something in Chayuta that you wanted to let's say invest in, right?
Yeah.
It was working for me. So why do you want to make certain changes? And why do you want the full control over every single thing? Last night I lay sleeping, there came a dream so fair. I stood in old Jerusalem beside the temple there.
Holla, holla, holla. What's good? What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? So welcome to another exciting episode of Dot Trends Podcast. Well, my name is Joel Makivano. They call me Abuti Wama 2K. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing this show alone. The superstars are in the building. Introduce yourselves.
Yeah, no. You wish you were doing the show by yourself.
I
but I'm
wish.
here. Don't
I
worry.
wish.
The lifesaver of the show.
Oh,
You're
wow.
welcome.
It's too early.
What's happening, good people? I'm your guy, your one and only boy, Denesia, the Levitator, with the triple F for fresh fly as well as fashionable. And like we always say, today's show is going to be one unlike any other. And I mean that. I really do.
Clearly, it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting.
Should be.
I want to tell you something, but let our guests introduce ourselves first. Themselves first.
Yep.
Then I'll tell you because wow, yesterday was a lot. But we'll chat about it together.
Pretends to be shocked.
Hi, so I'm Chayuta, Afro RnB artist, fashion icon.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Love it.
Here
But
for
yeah.
it.
So yeah, I came purposely here to SA to promote my music and myself, of course, because who doesn't want to know me?
Oof.
Nobody.
Yes, girl.
Everybody wants to know who you are. So, with family tradition, we start with something we call an icebreaker, right?
Okay,
Just so we can all be comfortable. But apparently somebody here did something he wasn't supposed to do yesterday, and I would just like for him to fill us in.
Not ever. Let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to cough out. What happened yesterday is that I was meant to play in Bryanston,
Yeah.
Tycoon. And the streets are heartless, guys. I don't know how you also feel about this since you're in the music space, because obviously there are performances and all that. So the instruction that I got is that as a DJ, I need to come with friends. One, it's a no for me, right? DJing, it's my work, guys. Do you understand? I don't have to be carrying 100 people to the club. I'm going to play, then I go home.
Right.
So I was supposed to come with friends, and I needed to buy a bottle before I could get a rider. And I'm like, I don't even care about the rider. I mean, I can afford my own alcohol.
Yeah, you can.
Do you understand? So I ended up not playing. So how's the culture, especially when coming to bookings and all that? How do they treat you all in the streets? Specifically promoters.
I mean, unfortunately, that's not the first that I've heard something like that.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I totally understand where you're coming from. Where you're like, when you're doing your job, you don't want to bring friends and everything because you're there for work, purposely for work, and you want to
Exactly.
go. I'm the same. It's different if it's like, okay, I'm being invited to a club just to attend something. Then I'm like, okay, let me bring my friends. Let me vibe with my friends.
Yeah.
But for work per se, I'm like, nah.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
I need to buy a bottle and I'm like, I'm driving, I can't be drinking. What's
Right.
happening? What's the arrangement here? Because really, all I want to do is come to work, play, take content, go home.
Exactly.
But
Simple.
also, you guys are missing something, right?
Okay.
I mean, you bring your friends so that there's a vibe to you. Bringing your friends is like bringing your energy so that people can feed off of your vibe. I don't know. Maybe that's how I feel about it.
But they made it seem like it's a must. And
Right.
also, I don't need my friends to hype me. I mean, what's my name? Anyone can hype me when they hear good music playing. So really, what's happening?
You need your friends to come with you so that you can all vibe together.
Nah.
Friends that party
mean,
together,
yeah.
stay together.
I mean, I feel like if I want to bring my friends, it should be because I want to bring my friends. Not
Exactly
like
my point.
you can only do it if you bring your friends. Then it's like, last time I checked, you wanted me to come somewhere. So why are you bringing your rules on how you want me to perform and everything?
They made it seem like it's a must. I'm telling you, because they were even sending me flyers of alcohol and prices, and I'm like, the fuck is happening here? Like, fuck. Anyway, yeah, I got an opportunity to cough out. Let's get into the family tradition.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah, I feel better now. Hey,
Okay, I think you're doing a good job. Doing a good job. So yeah, like I said, family tradition. We have icebreakers. Normally, it would be never have I ever.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, it tends to become difficult. Or it would be riddles.
Okay.
And everybody would struggle except for me.
Oh, wow, okay.
And today we're doing.
wow.
Why do you always struggle? I'm not gonna.
Too early on this show, hey?
Oh, sorry.
For
Okay.
you to be coming us for us like that.
Let's focus on being nice. Okay. So today we're gonna play 2 truths and 1 lie.
Okay.
You first.
Whew.
So basically, you give us 3 statements, then we have to figure out a lie.
Yeah, between those 3.
It's two truth and
One
one
lie.
lie. Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay, 2 truths, 1 lie. Let's see. Okay. So I'm single. I hate dogs. I have a kid.
I can definitely tell that you hating dogs. That's true. I saw it in your face.
A lie there would be you have a child. I'm taking a wild guess. I heard in the background. I'm taking a wild guess. It's a game.
Okay, wait. Let me see which one is a lie. Because I'm sure that the dog statement is
Single, hate dogs,
has a kid.
has a kid. Yeah. It's a tough one, but make it quick. Choose.
It's not tough.
It's not tough, yeah. No.
I think when I said that, she was like, "Are you sure about that?" And I'm not sure. And I'm always sure about what I'm saying.
I already know that I'm wrong based on the answer that I got.
Yeah, you're very
Yeah.
wrong. So now I have 2 things to work with.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I have 1.
Choose.
Because we heard yours, and obviously the background gave us the answer. And then I said dogs, and you looked at me in a certain way, which means you're single. That could be a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Correct us then.
Okay, so I am single. Yeah.
Oh.
Damn it.
So the dog thing, I like my own dogs, but not other people's dogs.
Oh,
Okay.
why?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause,
You're
I
a
mean-
tricky girl.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know you can't just approach anyone's dogs. You know,
True,
it's,
true, true.
It's dangerous. But my dogs are like so.
Yeah, I have a bad experience with that anyway. You're telling the truth. You can't. Don't approach anyone's dog.
I've
Yeah.
never been bitten by a dog before, so I don't think there's any dog that hates me or wouldn't like me.
Never.
I don't like huge dogs.
Oh, then you hate my dogs. They're huge.
Okay, I think this is like going.
I thought you like huge
Oh my.
things. I'm just kidding. Okay, right. So out of the 3 options, what is correct? What is not correct?
So I'm single. That's correct. That's the truth. The dog thing.
That's also
Yeah. And I don't have a kid.
Yeah, I got it right. I got
I
it
don't
right.
have a kid.
Okay, 1 point to me. Let's go.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna focus on me. I'm not gonna listen to anybody.
3 statements.
All right, 3 statements. Number 1, I like huge things. Number 2, black is not my favorite color. Number 3, I've been in a relationship for over a year.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh,
Number 3 for me.
number 3 is what?
It's a lie.
Shame.
You've never dated for over a year. Still playing winner.
The second one is a lie. Yeah.
What is the second one? Black is not your favorite color.
It
But I'm
has-
wearing black and
But he's rocking
So
black.
Yeah.
just because I rock it doesn't mean that's my favorite color.
There's no,
No, but it
way.
has to be. I mean,
It makes me look skinny. Did we think of that?
Hallelujah.
Okay, fine. A lie is that I've never been in a relationship for over a year. So
Good. 2 points to me. I know. You see?
okay.
See, I know you.
It's for now.
Oof.
It's just for now.
Okay. All right, 3 statements from me. I have a gig today. Secondly, I have a double-story house. And I drive a Maserati.
Nigga, the fuck you mean?
You said 3 statements. These are my truth.
Yeah, but I'm hearing a lot of lies.
Okay, the driving the Maserati is a lie.
Okay.
I'm picking up 2 lies here.
Oh, okay.
You are yet to have a double-story house. You definitely don't drive a Maserati. I'm also not sure about number 1 because you didn't attend yesterday's gig as well. So, okay, yeah, you can have a gig but not attend it still. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's the only truth that I can say it was.
Wow, you're chopping me. Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, before we get into the... What is a lie?
Shem, yeah, two of them are lies. I have a gig later today.
Okay.
So you
All right.
cheated.
But it's all about you, right? So I want us to chat. I want you to take us back, right? We want to tap into your upbringing, rather. So I want you to tell us about a little girl growing up, where you grew up, because according to your bio, you also traveled a lot.
Yes.
I think between getting born and 9 years, you were in the UK.
Yes.
Let's start there. So how was life there for you as a little girl? What was happening in your life? What were your highs and lows?
I mean, it was quite different because, I was born in Belgium.
Yeah.
Then we moved to Holland. And obviously I couldn't... English wasn't my first language.
Yeah.
So when we moved to England, it was a whole different... I had to learn how to speak English. And apparently there was one of the girls in the class, she used to speak Dutch. So she was translating whatever the teacher would say. But that's just like proof that, kids are it's easy for kids to adapt to their environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't really think I had a hard time when it came to the language thing. But yeah, it was quite it was different in the sense that, obviously I was the only one with thick natural hair.
Yeah.
So that was also, not a struggle per se, but a struggle in certain aspects, like trying to get people to understand that, it's different. I'm like African,
I'm the girl.
And then, exactly. And then you're in the class with a lot of people. So even some of my memories are me being in the class and I'm sitting like front row and people are like, your hair is so huge. Can you move your... And I'm like, is this better for you? Like, is that okay for you? Yeah. And obviously being the daughter of a footballer, that was the whole, moving from country to country, place to place, different curriculums in terms of education. So that was also a struggle also because, I never really got to grow up with certain friends. It's always you have to meet different people. You have to. So that's why sometimes when people ask me, so who are your besties or your close friends? I'm like, I don't really have a lot. You can literally count. And I'm actually okay with that. I'm happy with that because I don't like drama. And sometimes having too many people close to you and around you, it brings a lot of drama.
Very true.
Yeah. But it has also helped me because, I've gotten to explore different cultures, different people, in terms of relating to people and everything. I feel like that was one major benefit or one major advantage of me having the opportunity to move from place to place. Yeah. So for me, I mean, childhood and everything was actually amazing. It's always been my mom and I mainly. That's why people are like, oh, they can tell when I speak, I sound really mature. And I'm like, yeah, from a young age, I was always with my mom. So she was always talking to me, teaching me different things. Obviously, my grandmother too, always being around, even though she was living in Ghana. We always used to go in and out. Christmas, she was always with us. So childhood was fun, actually.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
So since it was fun, let's get to why you chose R&B out of any other genre. You could have went for hip hop.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question because, me settling on doing R&B, it was after exploring a lot of genres. I started off as a classical singer, more
Wait.
of. Yes.
You do have the pipes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not
Yeah,
easy.
if you're gonna
Really?
be singing
That's
classical,
not
then
easy.
Yeah. So I mean, opera, theater, those kind of things.
you're gonna give us a note again.
What?
At some point, you're gonna give us a note. Nah, people need to hear what you're talking about. It's another thing to talk about classic music. It's another thing to actually do your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see. Maybe.
Okay, that's a definite yes.
That's definitely
It's a
yes.
definite yes, I can tell.
When last were you in the UK though? Because I can still pick the accent rather when you're talking.
Really, it's
Yeah.
been so long.
Is it?
Since we left, I haven't been back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but as I was saying, my mom, she was very particular on me not having like a British accent per se, but being eloquent. She's always like, when it comes to it, whether you don't want to even do music, if you're going into business, people should understand what you're saying. And I never let go of that. So even when it came to reading, literature and the rest in class, I was one of the top students for literature. I just had to, put that there.
Shout out.
Just saying.
Shout out.
So the teachers would always want me to read because everybody could understand what I was saying, and it was they said the feel, when you're reading Shakespeare books or Shakespeare stories, the way I would also like put in a lot of emotion and expression into it. And I was always saying maybe that's from the music background as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for that one, I mean, I do keep in contact with some of my friends from the UK, so maybe that's also why the accent is still there a bit. But yeah,
You mentioned Shakespeare. That's very serious English. And you read it with emotion. That's going to be so hard.
Tell me about it. And the reason why I was asking about the UK accent, it is because I wanted to also ask how's the environment there, because I know and understand that they are consuming our music a lot now. So what's your take on that? Because we Africans are now taking over the world by storm, right?
That's
So
true,
what's
yeah.
your take on that?
I mean, for me, I think it's amazing. It's actually amazing because I mean, if once your music is crossing borders internationally, that's a big win. And I'm always saying that it doesn't matter which artist has their music crossing borders. Once one artist's songs are going, it's a win for everyone. A win for one artist is a win for the whole, the whole
True.
country.
The whole country, the whole continent.
Yeah, so I'm like, and it's really good for things like tourism, especially because whenever you go, Ghana, like the Amapiano has taken over.
For real.
Yeah, I'm a nightlife person. I'm always at clubs, and literally, you hear most of the songs that you hear are Amapiano songs.
Piano.
Yeah, it's crazy, and more people want to just come to SA to have that nightlife feel.
Yeah.
To see the Amapiano lifestyle and everything. So a lot of my friends are like, oh, when are you going to South Africa? I want to come with you. Then I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to let you know because it's such a beautiful country. And all that is it's because people are hearing the music. People are seeing from TikTok and everything. And then they just want to come and experience everything. So I feel like it's so good that the music is just crossing borders internationally, actually. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I like the fact that you mentioned the relevancy of, the genre, especially now more than ever, because it's taking the world by storm. And since you do R&B and you're in South Africa, and we have a guy called DJ Maporis, I'm not sure if you know him.
I do. If I
Such
tell
a
you a
nice
story
guy.
about that, it's still I know, but it's literally it's so embarrassing because I went to an EP listening session, and you guys are totally going to be like, this girl is so stupid because I was sitting there,
Yeah.
and please tell me why this guy was on the same table as us, and I didn't realize for like I don't know how many hours. When I got back to the hotel, then I was looking at videos, and I was like, "You're kidding!"
You
Like
kidding?
he was
This
literally he put
DJ
his bag
Maporis.
on our table. He actually came to us, oh, can I put like my things here? And we're like, yeah. When I go home, then somebody was like, oh, my Marisa is playing. And I'm like, oh, really? Then I'm checking the videos. I'm like, are you kidding me?
But what is going to be the first word to say to him if you had an opportunity to talk to him?
Let's work.
Yeah, sure.
Great. Straight to the
Bam,
point.
yeah.
Straight to the point.
Love it. How's the nightlife in Ghana versus South Africa though?
I haven't even had the opportunity to experience the nightlife in South Africa.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, it's actually like it's kind of like Ghana and South Africa.
Yeah.
It's almost the same.
Almost, yeah.
The nightlife and everything. When you go to Ghana, you're going there because people want to party.
Yeah.
The only thing is that the time, because in Ghana people literally start arriving to clubs at like 2 a.m. 3 a.m.
2 a.m. I'm sloshed.
Still early, kid.
And
2 a.m.
Yeah.
Still early.
Hell no. What time do you go to a club?
Still early.
What time do you go to a club? Because you go at 8 a.m.
Really, I mean, it's
I mean 8 p.m. Whatever. Yeah. Continue.
yeah, because literally, my mom is always like, she doesn't know where the energy comes from, because I leave the house sometimes. I go to my friend's place. Let's say 11. We just chill there, and then clubs open at 2 a.m. So you have to get there like 3 a.m. And then they have
open at 2.
Yeah. Some clubs in Ghana open at 2.
They showed me a club like that, and where were we last week? Were we in Fourways?
Yeah.
Yeah, driving to Hyde Park. They showed me a club of that nature. It opens in the early hours and closes at 6, 7 a.m.
So
in the morning.
you start partying at 2 a.m. until what time?
Sometimes I come home around like 8 a.m. But if it's December, some people actually start leaving around like noon, like 12 p.m. They leave the club. And you have like an after club kind of thing.
I was about to say.
I'd gig most in Ghana.
But also,
gig.
doesn't it make sense to like party during the day than at night?
Nah, I refuse. But I want us to dive and dip into your music, right?
Yeah.
When does the music bug bite you? When did you start doing music? And usually with our African parents, right? You tell them that you want to get into an entertainment industry. It's a hoo-ha. And how did your family take it?
Yeah.
When did the music bug bite you, and how did your family take it?
So I was 9. And everyone finds it so funny because I always say I never knew I could sing.
Yeah.
It was just, I've always been exposed to music from a young age. I was listening to Alicia Keys, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, all those. So I knew most of the songs. But when I was 9, my music teacher actually discovered my talent. Me being behind the piano. And then it was an music exam. And I forgot everything. I couldn't even find like the C notes. I started crying behind the piano. He was like, okay, just sing something so I can mark you down for something at least. So I sang, and then he was like, why didn't you tell me that you had a good voice? I was like, I didn't know. Sorry. But then he called my mom before I even got home that day. It was like, your child has this talent. You have to do something about it. And my mom, since day one, she was like, okay, if this is something you want to do, then let's go for it. If at any moment in your life you feel like you don't want to do it again, don't hesitate to come and tell me. And then, because when you're young, you're still exploring like what you want to be
Absolutely.
and everything, what you want to do and stuff like that. But my mom was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And that was when I started classical music, and I realized that I didn't want to do classical because, classical music, everything is by the book.
Yeah.
The scales and everything. I wanted to write my own music to be able to weave through the notes and everything, express myself. Yeah. So I stopped classical music. Sorry to my music teacher. He was he didn't take it well, but he's also he's also super supportive. I mean, because they've seen what I'm doing and everything. And from there, the first song I released was a trap song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so shocked. Very shocked.
And then I started vocal training, doing a lot of, from the classics, from the Whitney Houstons to the Stevie Wonder songs. And then I realized that I had a passion for RnB. But I also wanted to have that Afro feel to it because I'm African. I still want to put that like on the map when I make it internationally and everything. So I was like, why not fuse the two together? Afro, RnB. And then I was like, yeah, it's working for me. So, yeah.
So I want you to take me through the creative writing process,
Right.
because you did say that when you sing, you pour a lot of emotions, just like when you were reading Shakespeare, which is hard with emotion. So I just want you to take me through the creative process of writing your music now.
I mean, my creative process is really it's a fun thing actually, because I'm always saying that creativity is self-taught, and I love to have different ideas, so different people in the studio. So normally when I'm in the studio, it's my guitarist, the producer, me, and sometimes even my mom and my grandma. So my mom is like, oh, this is like a good lyric.
No,
Try and
must
put
give
it there.
mommy a bounce.
Nice.
Mommy's
Mommy
playing a
deserves
huge
it.
role.
Yeah.
Big shout out. Big shout out.
And then obviously my guitarist will try something on the guitar, and I will just like put words to that and put it in.
Yeah.
Sometimes the producers, they send the beat and then I work on it. But sometimes it's like on the spot. One of the songs that a lot of people like, that was called Gimme Love. That was a 30-minute studio session, because I heard the song and I was like, no, I have this idea. Just got in the booth and I started and I finished, and I was like, we're not changing anything. If you want to change anything, record it yourself, because this is it.
Yeah.
And then people loved it. So it's more about like ideas being passed from side to side, and it's because I'm always telling people that once I feel like the recording process is a burden, the person who is making me feel that way has to go. I don't want you around, because my music is fun. I want to make my job fun for me.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to jeopardize that. So
And in the spirit of making your music fun, what are you hoping to evoke from people that are listening to your music?
I mean, honestly, everything, every single aspect. In terms of emotions, I make my writing, or I write in a way that everybody can relate,
Yeah.
I don't, if I'm writing on a specific topic, I want it to be like, you can relate to it in this way or that way. You might think that I'm talking about heartbreak, like as in relationship, boy-girl relationship, but it could be, your friend stabbed you in the back. And Chayuta has a song like this, so let me vibe to it,
I was about
Yeah.
to say, I love that, because a lot of girls actually write about heartbreaks, boys, and all that. So I love the fact that you are actually versatile, because it is important also to observe your environment, who's close to you, what are they
Right.
going through,
Exactly.
before actually can put together a song. Because a lot of girls, they break up with her, tomorrow she's going to write a song.
I mean, you mentioned backstabbing, which is... I've never had that,
Really?
ever.
Oof.
Lies, there's no way.
Yeah, I've seen somebody do it, though. I've never done it.
Being backstabbed.
Yeah.
Never,
By anyone that is
never
around you.
experienced that.
Maybe I don't
There's
know.
no way in hell.
Trust and believe. It's never happened.
Never.
pretty
Have
sure-
you done it to someone at least?
Huh?
Have you backstabbed someone at least?
Like,
I don't say backstab as backstab.
nah, I've never.
Really?
You're living a good life.
You're a
No,
real
I mean-
one.
You are living a good life.
Boundaries. Very important to set boundaries with your friends. Super important.
No, you are living a good life. Kushagutu and Anje, everything is going according to plan in your life.
Of course it is. That's why we're here right now. So, just want you to paint me a picture. If you were to collaborate with any South African artist, who would it be and why?
There are a lot. One person that I've wanted to work with for a while is Tyler ICU.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. I mean, because with him, you see, he literally tackles 3 aspects of music: production, being like the musician, and recently somebody told me that he also DJs. That one,
Yeah,
I didn't
he
know
does,
about
yeah,
that
he
one,
does.
but I was like, okay, that's 3 in 1. Even nowadays, I'm seeing like Uncle Waffles and all of them, and I'm like, maybe I should add being a DJ.
DJing.
It's like, it's cool. It has
That's
that,
very fun.
that vibe
Very
to
fun,
it.
actually.
Yeah.
Funny thing is that you guys are like right there.
Exactly. Now call me. I'll teach you how to DJ.
Okay.
I'll put you on.
Oh.
Big things.
Just make
in
sure
life.
that you attend your events. Don't be like, just make sure. I can't stress that.
Okay, right. You guys tapped into something very interesting, right? Collaborations. So, worldwide, when you look at the music spectrum, sounds that are doing absolutely amazing. Are you looking into collaborating and doing different sounds? Especially from Africa, we have, AfroBeats and Amapiano at the top, taking us to the world. So do we see you as a versatile artist exploring and, moving away from, or not even moving away, but just a matter of working with people, tapping into Amapiano, tapping into Afrobeats, because there are so many genres now that are coming out of the continent. So where are you musically as an individual?
One thing about me, I'm always saying that I brag about my versatility. That's one thing I'm always going to say, that I'm very, very versatile. And I mean, I have actually a few songs out there that are Amapiano, that are solely Afrobeats, that are RnB, that are, I've even started working on some dance hall vibes and everything. That's why I look up to Rihanna. She's very versatile. You have her ballads, you have her dance hall Rihanna, you have her trap Rihanna, her pop, And I feel like one thing, that's what I'm saying, music is a creative space. You shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes, especially when you're in the learning process. You learn something every single day.
Absolutely.
Every single day. So one thing about me is I'm open to challenges. I'm open to learning new things. So that's why if somebody gives me a beat and it's like the dance hall feel, I'm never going to say, just because I listen to it for like 2 seconds or 5 seconds, I'm like, it's not something that I can see myself. No, I mean, for all you know, that would be the project that I go and put out, and everybody is like, and that can get me a Grammy and everything. I mean, why not try? If I try it and then I'm like, this doesn't sound like me, at least I've tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So definitely collaborations, very, very important. Doing exploring new genres, very, very important. And I'm definitely going to do more of that. Yeah.
I don't like the fact that I'm going to put you on the spot, because I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Should I be scared?
Performance time.
Is it performance time? Okay, right there. Let's
remember. I love opera music. Don't get me wrong. I think I spend most of my time listening to opera music because there's something about it.
Right.
It's very calming. But also, my mom told me that people who listen to opera music have evil hearts, which I'm like, look at mine.
It's you.
So I just want you, even if it's just like a line or two.
Okay. All right. Last night I lay sleeping, there came a dream so fair. I stood in old Jerusalem beside the temple there.
Thank God. I was waiting for you to hit the high notes. But yeah, the voice is there. That's absolutely beautiful.
I'm still taking a moment.
You're still adjusting.
Can we actually turn this from an interview to a performance? Maybe you might like it and post it. You never know.
I wanted to talk about challenges though in the industry. I mean, we can talk about all the beautiful things, working with people, collaborations, this and that. Right. But what are the challenges that you face on day-to-day basis as a musician? Because I also understand that it's a male-dominated industry. So what are the challenges that you face as a musician, and how do you usually overcome them?
You even just mentioned one that personally I have this huge problem with. When, especially back in Ghana, that's one thing they say, it's a male-dominated industry. And, when it comes to females, they tend to try and make female artists feel like they have to use their showcase their bodies when it comes to performances, when it comes to even their writing. They have to write about certain things. I mean, it's a choice. If you want to write about it, sure, everybody will vibe to it. I'll vibe to it, I don't care. But it's not like you have to, or people are only going to listen to your songs if it's about a particular topic, I feel like females in the industry, especially when you see females collaborating, it has so much impact, and it's just an amazing thing to see, especially me. I love it when especially female rappers come together to do like a whole collaboration, and then you see the music video and you're like, yeah. That's it. That's that kind of thing. And for me, one challenge has been my age. They tend to say, "Oh, she's too young. She's not gonna take the music seriously. Maybe she want to change to something else. Then what are you going to do?" But I mean, if you have the youth, that's someone who is young and is so passionate about something, why not help nurture that talent? And from the older musicians, even, you see this talent, give them the platform, to perform. You have a show, give the young ones the opportunity to open, even if it's just half a song, it can open a lot of doors or open a lot of paths for those young artists.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
And that's one thing. My mom, even, she gets so frustrated because she's like, she doesn't understand why some of the already established artists out there don't want to help the younger ones.
Yeah.
You have some of them that really, really, they do want to help. And then you have some of them that they pretend like they want to help. Then when the time comes, they're just like, yeah, I spoke about it with the team. And the team said, which team? Which
Show me
team?
the team.
Like, I mean, think about it. If you look at all the artists, the big artists, they really strategize everything. Some of them end up doing labels, and then they nurture the young talents, because in a way too, you have to think about how it will benefit you in the future as well. In a way too, your name is always going to be remembered as somebody who helped the next star.
Yeah.
You have to think about it in that way. Then to its dangers, you have the positive side of that and you have the negative side of that. I just, like, fingers crossed that when it comes to my career, I'll only meet the positive side. It's very rare, but I know for me...
Because I was about to say very rare.
Yeah, very, very rare.
Like,
But I mean, channel your energy into the positive sides. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
But then how do you deal with those established artists that always want favors? Because this industry is trash, if we're being honest. Especially we as men, we tend to want to take advantage. We tend to want to ask unnecessary favors.
Yeah.
How do you deal with men that want, obviously,
Right.
things like sex in return of, taking you from one step to the other?
Right. I was having this discussion with my mom earlier, because a lot of...
Mommy is a
I've had-
hero. Mommy is a
an
hero.
all-rounder.
Did you guys pour mommy a glass of wine because she's a hero?
it's sad, actually, when you see a lot of these and funny enough, that's why a lot of parents don't want their kids to be in the industry, because when they think industry, they think this is going to happen to my kid, so that's why my mom, aside from, she's my manager, but aside from that, she also has her 9-to-5 job, which sometimes is more like it's over 9 to 5. She's literally, like, all the time emails, this and that, but she's always present. I've gotten situations where I'm at a studio and then they're like, why are you so timid? Why is it because mommy is around, this and that? Oh, mommy should go,
That was my first question, right? I was like, how are we going to ask things because mommy is here? But I love it. Love it.
I've, like, straight to my face. Oh, mommy should go, then you feel a bit relaxed, this and that. And I'm like, my mom it's actually very, very scary. My mom is very, very good with pretending like she's not around. Sometimes I even forget when I'm in the studio. I'm like, is my mom here at all? I'm like, literally, and she's like, yeah, hi. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, she's there, but she's not there. She's there in the sense that if something comes, if there's a situation that, Mama Jen needs to step in, she steps in. She's like, nope, cut this short. But if it's something that she knows that I can handle, she's just like, okay, I'm in my corner, all those kind of things. And, and relating to your question about the favors and everything, a lot of people know that my mom is in the background. So I haven't had those, situations where someone is like, okay, yeah, I have this project. I can put you on if you do this for me. If that situation arises, even everybody knows me. Aside my mom being there, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna entertain you. First of all, for one thing about me is that I know I'm going to become something big in the industry. Whether you want to put
Big
me
shout out.
on your
Big shout out. Big shout out.
whether you want
Love
to
it.
put me on your
Yeah.
project or not, if it is written that Chayuta is going to be an international star, it is going to happen.
It's going to
Whether it's
happen.
today, whether
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
tomorrow, it will happen. So yeah.
But how are you preparing to be an international star? Because that comes with a lot of responsibilities. Being a global icon, you are the center stage. Everyone is looking at you. So musically, mentally, how are you preparing for the international world stage?
I mean, for me, I'm always saying that before I even started getting out there with like putting my songs out there and everything, I started with artist development. A lot of artists get that wrong. They think artist development comes after you start putting your songs out, but it's one of the first things that you have to do.
Big shout out.
It's interviews, training, how to answer this question. If you don't want to answer this question, how to be respectful about it and how to steer the whole conversation. Once again, straight to my mom. She did
Again.
that. She
Yeah,
did that for
yeah.
me. And so I feel like that's why I feel I'm ready. There's certain situations where you know, a lot of producers had like they wanted to work with me before, and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't do it then, because I don't think I would have given like the 100% I know I can give, or the 200% or whatever percentage that I can give now. So I feel like when it comes to preparation to being you know, an international star, I feel like I'm ready now. Obviously, it's going to be difficult at some places, some points in my life. Everybody has a point where they're like, you know, is this actually what I want to do? It's happened to me before already. Like I've had instances where I'm like, maybe I should have gone to university rather, just stuck to, you know. But then, I mean, it's in me. You can't run away. If you are destined for something, you can't run away from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
And also, you raised something very important. In as much as we're talking about, you know, you being an international star, it definitely does come with a lot of challenges, because we live in a digital age where social media is the driving tool out of everything else. In as much as we can say there's a lot of bad things that it does, but it's actually what puts a lot of people on right now, because we're able to connect from any part of the world that you're in. So obviously, there's the big elephant in the room, which is X. Also, I don't know how I feel about the name X.
X is a name or a brand?
Oh, you see.
I just need to prepare mentally.
Yeah, I think the rebranding from Twitter to X
Yeah.
is just
Oh, X.
it's been very but
evil
yeah,
platform.
you know, you get social media and you get a lot of people who just sit at home, and because they have nothing, maybe they do, maybe they don't have anything better to do, but you know, there's always going to be that one or two people rather, who would say something and that would drive the other group of people, and in a way it would be like you're receiving backlash. But how are you then preparing yourself mentally to deal with the love and hate that comes with the fame?
As I said, I've
question.
actually,
Danko.
yeah, that's a very, very good question. I've had my fair share of hate on social media, like comments and everything.
What were they hating you for?
Like sometimes it's not even like directly to me, but it's to the people around me, because everybody that knows me knows that, like, if I have someone and that's my friend and I put you on social media and you come for her, you're coming for me.
Yeah.
And that's different, because I will come for you too. Like if it's me, I'm just like, well, me, I can handle it, but don't come for my people.
Yeah.
Like never do that. It's a dangerous game you're playing. But I mean, you know, social media, as you said, unfortunately, everybody has access to that, whether good, whether bad. I'm always telling people, I have a younger sister. She's already trying to get on Instagram and everything. And some things, you know, you want to shield them from all the negative things.
Absolutely.
But sometimes, as sad as it is, you just can't.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, the upbringing comes from. You know, have that strong mentality that people are going to say whatever they want to say. It's your choice whether you want it to make you or break you, you know? For me, I'm saying these people behind their screens commenting, Chayuta this, Chayuta that, you don't know me, so what are you commenting about exactly?
Very important.
Get to know me, sit down with me, then after that, come and say something about me, then that will make more sense.
Yeah.
But you're behind a screen, getting your data
10
or your
megabytes.
Wi-Fi, some of you connecting to
Wi-Fi,
whatever.
you upgrading them. They tweeting with 10 megabytes.
Or even better, they would backstab you, but be like, friend, hotspot me.
Right, exactly. And then you're commenting because you've seen like a 2-minute video of me, and then you're commenting thinking that you know me just from that 2-minute video, then I'm like, nah, you're just playing yourself, actually. Like, I feel sorry for you, honestly speaking.
Sometimes context is important also because from this platform, they look at these clips and they can conclude us. Yet that clip is 1 minute and the whole entire episode is an hour.
Exactly.
Yet they can make conclusions. But something very interesting, you've been mentioning mom.
Yeah.
And I understand that she is your manager. Now, how are you incorporating your mom and the music business? Because there's the limelight, there's, fame, glitz and glamour, beautiful. But also we're doing this thing because we want to eat. There's the music business and the background before everything flashy. So how are you incorporating mom into that show so that she also, keep up with everything that is happening in the music space?
Right. One thing for me, my mom has always said that the only thing she wants back from me in the industry is, or when it comes to my career, is for me to succeed.
Yeah.
Success is her way of saying she's done her part.
Yeah.
Sometimes we joke around and she's always like, I'm your manager, so I'm gonna write my invoice of this and that, just as a joke and everything. The only thing she's made clear to me is that she wants a specific car. I've forgotten what the car was. So I have to buy that for her and everything. But my mom, everybody knows that she has been with me or behind me from day one. Nice. So it's not like when you see Chayuta at an event, Chayuta's event, everybody starts, okay, where's sometimes they even want to interview my mom and not me. They're like, okay, yeah, Chayuta, nice to see you. Good. Where's your mom? I'm like, wow. Okay, thanks. And I feel like it's such a good thing, and I brag about it a lot because you hear a lot of artists complaining about how their parents just neglected them when they got to know that they had this talent. And that's where, unfortunately, and I'm saying this, parents, if your kid has a talent and wants to nurture their talent or has that passion, be there for them, because when you're not, that's when they fall into the wrong hands. Then it becomes very, very dangerous,
Very true.
So I'm always saying that I'm blessed, honestly, to have this kind of backbone. And aside my mom, if my mom is not there, my grandma is there. She'll come with me to the. She's like, I'm old, but I like
even
music.
to gigs.
Oh yeah, most of my gigs, my grandma has been there.
So
when it's live
what
band.
happens then when you see your peers, your lovers, your people?
I mean,
obviously we behave differently, right?
Yeah.
I want to believe that when I'm in front of my mom, I'm the most sweetest person ever. But when I'm with my peers, it's another thing because I'm free. I'm myself. So in those situations, especially if someone is gonna be coming to you, wanting to get to know you better, and there's your manager here, and your manager is your mom.
Right.
How do you deal with such situations?
I mean, for that one, I'm actually happy that my mom is not in my space like that. She's not like in my business. She's always telling me like, I'm 20. She's like, okay, especially my mom and I, we talk about relationships, things like that. She's very chill and everything.
Yeah.
It's just if I'm in a relationship and you mess with me, just know you're messing with. That's when if it starts bothering me, then she's like, okay, I don't like
with the
you.
engine of this
Go
brand.
time.
Then she's like, I really don't, I don't
the
like.
engine of this brand.
But there have been instances where at some of my shows, a nice looking guy will come up to me and say, oh, can we exchange this? And then my mom, the day after, she'll be like, so that guy, wink. Like,
But what if you want that particular person? What happens then? I mean, everything can be negative all the time, right?
Have you
It happens
actually-
so that you see this guy, and you're like with your manager, and you're like, damn, I see you, but also I'm with my manager. How do you deal with that?
I feel like I'm kind of like the spontaneous kind of person. So when I'm in the situation, then I'm like, okay. Sometimes energy doesn't lie too. So sometimes
Energy.
Sometimes you just see when something is not a good idea, then you're just like, fine, I get it. Time to go home. And then other times, then you're like, okay, no, this is a situation where I feel like, okay, let me just I can, But yeah, I roll with energy and as I said, the spontaneous kind of. Yeah.
So you never handed out your number with your momager around?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
I've given mine I've given fake numbers because sometimes it's yes,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but yeah, sometimes it's too like people are too pushy. Like you can tell that I'm not
true.
bro. Like, and I won't lie to you. Like if I'm not feeling the energy, I'm like, oh, can I have your number? I've lied to people in Ghana. Oh, I don't live here. I live in Egypt. I'm actually leaving next week. I don't remember my number off head. Sorry. Then you're still pushing. Okay, take the number. Whoever you call, if it's somebody's uncle that will pick, I'm sorry. It's not my number, you know?
Regardless. I hate the fact that I do the same.
Yeah.
My number never starts with a 0. I will put everything all around. It's gonna be 10 digits, but you'll just
Especially
have to
when they
figure it
start
out.
calling in front of you. They're like, no, my phone is off. Sometimes when they start calling you,
The
they're
trick
like,
is never have your phone in your hand.
yeah. True. Thank you for that.
Just
So,
don't. Just
Thank
don't.
you.
So speaking of your momager, right? I'm picking up a lot of things because, much like you, my mother has always been supportive.
That's awesome.
I remember the first audition that I attended was in grade 9.
Wow.
And my grandmother actually had to go with me to audition.
Aw.
And from there, it was my mom. Still today, still my mom, you know?
Yeah.
And with that, I think a lot of parents are missing out on the opportunity to be there for their kids. Because look at how your relationship with your mother is right now.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are able to talk about anything and everything. She's very supportive of your, your choices and the
Yeah.
career path that you want to take. And a lot of parents are like depriving themselves of that opportunity because the one thing, maybe it's a South African thing, I don't know, but they always chase
That's an
for
African thing.
security. You know, we want you
Yeah.
to be stable. So stability comes with education, which we're not taking away from, but also there's the talent aspect of it because imagine studying something that you don't like, then you go work, and every day you complain about your work instead of doing something that you
Yeah.
actually enjoy. But I just want you to take me through the circle of influence and control that your mom has had in your career and why you didn't even consider having somebody else be your manager.
Yeah, I mean, with that, I tried one. You know, I was actually signed to a label in Ghana, and then I left. I left.
That's
after,
why I want to go interesting
yeah.
conversation, but answer first.
Yeah, I left after 18 months because my mom, she was still like in the picture. Everything she would pass through her, and she's like, because you know she's a businesswoman and she also has a legal background.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So exactly.
There's no getting.
Have I been watching my mouth? Have I been watching my mouth because we have legal representatives?
Well, clearly you don't wash your mouth.
Yeah, continue.
And I feel like the influence she's had has been such a positive one. I mean, don't get me wrong. We sometimes we don't see eye to eye because sometimes we have to like differentiate this is a mother-daughter situation, this is a manager-artist situation, you know?
Yeah.
And it gets difficult at certain points, but we know what the brand Chayuta has to give to the public, has to
bigger
give to
picture,
the world.
yeah.
And that's what we're focusing on. So sometimes we have to put our differences aside and all those kind of, we're like, okay, so in this case, this and that. And one thing about my mom and I is that when we have like an should I call it altercation or whatever,
Yeah.
then we talk about it. Give each other like the space. After that, we're like, you know, what you did, I feel like if you like came to like or approach the situation in this way, it would have been better. So we know next time, rather than delaying the whole decision-making process, we know that, okay, last time it didn't work out this way, so let's try it with this approach. It's very, very important. My friends are like, then your mom is not an African mom. That's what they say. And I'm like, it's not that she's not an African mom. It's just she sees the bigger picture of having a strong relationship with her kid. A lot of people
True.
don't think about it. They think respect is all about, hey, you don't talk to me like that. And so I'm your mother and I gave birth to you and how many hours in labor. No, it's not that, you know?
And also, I think you're touching base on something very important, right? Our Africans need to explore the world because then that's when, you know, mentality will also change and all that. I truly understand where you're coming from because most of our African parents are African parents. And we need them to adapt. You know, times are moving, technology is advancing.
Yeah.
We need our parents to be catching up because it becomes a problem, really. But record labels, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I was about to say
Okay,
that
go
I feel
first.
like they're coming from a point of they're trying to be protective, right?
But you can't
And
be
you can
protective
be-
forever.
It's okay for
we
them to be
grow.
That's the thing. They need to also understand that in as much as we grow up, we also learn to take responsibilities and deal with them in a certain way. Because we do have them now to take us through everything, which we do appreciate. But there will be that one instance where you're faced with the situation alone by yourself and you got to decide.
But also, I disagree a bit, right? Our parents' focus should be, teaching us life, because they allow us to go out there and experience and think you're gonna come back to me and reprimand me. But it's better if you teach me life so I know what to expect, and that way I can always say, "Mommy, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3." Because then, Bona, most of the time, they're coming from an attack point of view to say, "You could have done this, you would have, but you never taught me.
Just don't speak to me like that. That's way to operate.
You never taught me."
Just don't.
Let's talk about record companies, right?
Yeah.
And this is everywhere, globally, both in South Africa, Africa as a continent, America as well. What do you think is wrong? Because we see a whole lot of artists leaving record companies, and it's never living to say, "Yo, you guys have done good for me. I'm now, stable enough to be an independent artist." It's always a conversation of, this person is robbing this person. These percentages are not fair to the artist. Is it like that in Ghana as well? What was happening in your contract?
So, I mean, basically with me, I'm going to be very, very honest. It was the fact that
We want the honesty.
Yeah, I was a brand on my own.
Yeah.
Before they approached me, right? I didn't run after you, right? So you saw the brand Chayuta, and you saw something in Chayuta that you wanted to let's say invest in, right?
Yeah.
It was working for me. So why do you want to make certain changes? And why do you want the full control over every single thing? So the music I put out, everything, as I say, I'm a creative person. One day maybe I'm writing a song about heartbreak, I go all Adele on it, slow ballad and everything. The next moment, maybe I want to do a hip hop song. Why will you tell me no? That no, it's not your vision for, as I said, you saw Chayuta and you saw the talent I had, and you wanted to like push the brand and everything. Once the artist stops losing, the love that she has or he has for the art that they're making, then you're really doing something wrong. It's not safe. It's not a good thing, because it's a God-given talent. How you use it is your way. I always say how you use your talent is your way of saying, okay, thank you so much for the talent that you've given me. That's what I put in my mind. And then you are trying to hold the artist back from doing what he or she loves. No, and my mom and my grandma, they saw it, that I was dreading it, recording sessions. I was dreading it. I didn't want to enter the studio. And they were like, no, because anytime from that young, from you being young, when you heard studio or music, you were so excited. So there's so they were like, no, we're getting you out of this situation. And as I said, my mom's legal background really, really came in. She went through the contract. She and my grandma, they're sitting down. My grandma's like, I don't understand what you're saying, but if it works, it will work. And then, and then we got out of it. And luckily for me too, not everybody in the label, I'm not saying that everyone in the label, they were bad people. Most of them are also working with me now. So they're my team in Ghana. So when I have events to go to, my mom, she's like, she's never going to follow me to a club. Then I have trustworthy people around me. So that I can vibe, I can be myself as well. She says she's in her 40s. What is she going to do sitting at a club like?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So they still push me from their side and everything. The bad nuts in the label, they know themselves. No, I'm not gonna mention names.
No, mention. Let's drop names. Let's shake at the internet.
I mean, if you feel attacked, then maybe it's you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No. You should mention that this is one platform where you mention names so that we can shake at the internet, so that they know how to treat artists
and caps.
They need to treat artists better. But what were they offering in terms of percentages? Between you and the record company and the music that you guys are releasing together, what were they offering?
As I said earlier, for that one, my mom really made sure that I got the share
best deal.
the
The
share
best
that
deal.
I
Okay.
deserved, especially with
Okay.
with the writing. And as I
Yeah.
said, it was also smart the fact that she built a whole studio for me. And that's where we
Nice.
were doing the recording. And most artists or most people don't know that when the song is recorded there, you own the masters.
You own the masters. You own the masters.
Another important thing,
Yeah.
because I was about to say, what do you think is the problem with a lot of record labels? Is it because they're not allowing artists to be fully themselves, to freely express their creative
No,
side
they'll
of
allow
things?
you. You know what they'll do? They'll allow you to express yourself musically, you can record at the best vocals. But the fact that you're recording in my facility, in my premises, and then you need to know that I have a share in whatever that you are pouring out of your good heart.
Oh, you
you
said
need to know that
pouring.
I have a share.
You said
That's what they
pouring,
do.
and there's someone who said something about, somebody who owns a record label. And
Why do I feel like you're talking about my Paris?
did I say?
Because I know in my Paris studio, his food, his electricity, his everything.
Oxygen.
Therefore,
Don't forget the oxygen.
Yeah, the oxygen that you breathe as well in his house. Therefore, he owns his masters. But
he knows,
how's the money?
knows his business. You guys are just not paying attention. He knows what he's doing. He
Now
knows
we
his
know
business.
music. We know music industry.
Yeah, you know it. but
Sometimes
then
you don't have to be
remember,
selfish, man. I mean,
his facility. Did you read everything that he said? This is what is going to be entailed here.
but listen, this is a facility, right?
Yeah.
And then there's people that you are working with. Sometimes really you have to meet people halfway. It doesn't work, especially in the entertainment industry, to always want to be selfish.
But isn't that what business
It doesn't
is all
work.
about?
Do you
Because
understand?
there's business, and then there's being, human after business. But if you check in most businesses, the benefit has to come to them first
But-
before others.
My background business says I need to maintain the business while nurturing the relationships in order for the business to work. Do you understand? So if I'm going to be selfish, then it's a totally different conversation.
He changed the country though.
Where?
He said that himself.
Nah, Mapurisa
Okay,
didn't
we know.
change the country. He's not here. The fact that we are shooting here, he's not here. He doesn't have any impact. He didn't change anything. Anyway, how's the money? How's the money in the industry?
Figures.
In your generation, right? I'm from the 90s. Things are different, obviously, with you guys right now. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah,
man.
his face when you said that, I was like,
No, I'm trying to understand. Like, are you saying you're from the 90s because you understand how the business was in the 90s?
No. I wanna link the business, the entertainment business,
Yeah.
from my generation to the now generation. Do you understand? I wanna get to understand how things are now, because I understand that a generation before us, they were really robbing them. Then they came
Millennials.
us. We were, smart, slim, to be able to sit in big offices and speak for ourselves. But then I want to know, with the current generation, how's the money in the industry?
from a personal point of view, I mean, it will take time. It really will take time before you actually start making money.
Good money, yes.
Especially from your music. That's why when I started, most of the stages that I was performing on, it was mainly for exposure, because that's also the key to becoming a good artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to be seen certain places, and this person's like, oh, why not put this person, why not put Chayuta on rather than this one? It's really, really important. Then I'm always saying that based on your delivery from that, even if it's just exposure, when people know you're not even getting anything from it, imagine if like Chayuta were to perform for this amount, how the delivery would be like times.
Absolutely.
I'm always I from what I vision myself making in the future, honestly, I'm not near it. I'm always saying that even when I get to a certain place where I'm making, the money that I know I can make, I'm still going to say that I can do more. And look at someone like Rihanna. She performed for, was it one of the weddings? Was it
The weddings, in India.
Yeah. And from the numbers that they were mentioning from, I'm like, that's what I see myself making in the near future, And I'm not saying that I'm only doing the music because of the money, But you know, there are things that artists we have to cater for.
Of course.
When I perform, it's not only the money is not only going into my pocket,
There's
it's
other
my
people
band.
involved.
If I'm using a DJ, I have to know what I'm going to give to them. Transport, you know, if I'm doing my own show, it's the lighting. I'm thinking of all these things. That's why it's important to know music business aside of just recording and putting out there. So I feel like all I know is that one day you just see Chaita, the net worth.
It's gonna be
I
crazy.
see the
Amazing
But
network.
also,
digits,
I don't want you to feel bad, right? We're in this thing for money. I mean, talent, it's a God-given gift.
Right.
And if I choose to use it, then you're going to pay for my services whether you like it or not. Where I'm trying to go with the conversation is that we should not shy away, you know, from the fact that we are here for money, because money will advance our careers.
Yeah, that's true.
At the end of
That's
the
true.
day, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going to say I'm not here for money, how do I afford this premises to put together this beautiful show? Do you understand? So I really love where you are going, especially in closing. And I want you to be very strict with your money. This is a God-given talent. Whether they can climb the highest mountain in the world, they won't take it from you. So you need to mean business.
Yeah.
This is your money. This is a God-given talent, and go for your money anytime.
Yeah.
Those who will afford you will work with you.
Yeah,
don't really worry about who's taking chances, who's trying to book you, but they can afford. And this big stages, look, through consistency and obviously, you know, praying God, everything will be okay for you. But you need to know that we are here to make money. And this, I was going to say a word. Unfortunately, Mom is here, but these people are going to pay us by fire, by force.
I told you, figures are going to come from him. But from my end, in closing, I actually want to ask you something before I can close.
Okay.
What is the one thing that a lot of people don't know about you, but you want them to know?
Oh, that's a very broad question. I mean, I've always said that I'm an open book, and one thing about me is that the more you get to know me, the more you get to know more like things about me. Even sometimes I get to know more things. I'm still young, so I'm still learning things about me, you know. But actually, I answered your question. The answer was actually in what I just said, because most people, when they see me, they think that I'm not an approachable person. I look arrogant.
Why?
That's
Is
what I
it
get.
because you... Wait, do you have an RBF?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so like everyone is like, because most of the people I know now, especially industry people, they're like, oh, I've been seeing you from a distance, but I never thought I could approach you. And I'm like, oh, approach me. Like, if you approach me, I'm actually a very, I hope I'm a nice person, because that's what I want to put out there. Like, yeah, feel free to approach me. We can have a conversation. It's just, you even made mention of it, is boundaries. Very important. And I'm one person that I'll make it clear to you that this is as far as I go. That's just for me, for my mental state, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, every man is on his own, you know.
Yeah,
So I'm always saying
True.
every man for himself. I mean, I have to think about me. And sometimes you have to be selfish with you, with your life, with your needs and everything. So I'm just saying boundaries. We are friends, or we're acquaintances and everything, but there's a line that you shouldn't cross, and that's just a me thing. A lot of people also have it, but I mean, if you see me and you want to approach me, if you see people around me, they know. That's one thing I'm always telling them, is that if somebody wants to approach me, give them the opportunity. I know how to handle myself in certain situations. If I'm uncomfortable, if you give me a reason to walk away, I will walk away.
Yeah.
But it means that you really pushed it. That's all.
Absolutely.
All right, so
In
for
closing?
me, in closing, I'm called the Maya Angelou of the show, so expect it. Joking. I'm joking.
Yes,
Hey,
Maya
I'm joking.
Angelou.
Galala. But I just want to say, you know, you're well on your way. Best believe you really are well on your way. And I have no doubt that in less than 5 years, we'll be seeing you doing amazing things. You sang for us, and I'm still in awe even now that, you know what, you do know exactly what you're doing. And I just can't wait to see you headlining Coachella, you know, amongst
Big
many
shout
other
out.
things.
Those are
Thank
blessings.
you.
man. Big shout out.
So from me to you, you're doing absolutely amazing. I love your work. I
you
love what
so
you're doing with
much.
it. But out of everything, your voice. And for the mere fact that you're here with your momager.
Yeah.
Give my major.
Momager. Okay. Doing amazing, sweetie.
Got it. From my side, in closing, look, I see a Tyler in you, right? No, now those are big blessings. And look, entertainment, it's all about putting your work out there and being consistent, right?
Yeah.
There's always gonna be noise. You need to know that the higher you go, there'll be noise and there's gonna be loneliness and all that. Those are the little bits and pieces that comes with, being popular. But one thing that I want to tell you is that, like he said, I'm gonna echo what he said. You are in the right direction. The ball is in your court. You are the driver of your own life. Take us to where you want to reach as a driver, and we'll definitely follow you. We'll definitely going to make sure that we put you on the world's map and continue to shine and prosper.
Thank you so much.
Big shout out.
Also,
big
you're
shout
so
out.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm fine.
All right, everybody, let's do this again. Same time, same place next week. Don't forget, we've hit our 1,000 subscribers milestone in a period of 6 months. So that is good. Keep on appreciating and enjoy the content that we bring to you because, like we said, it's very unfiltered. We want you to know every little thing, even the nitty-gritties and the nuggets. We love food around here. That's why we don't gain weight. So do the things.
You are alone on that one.
Oh,
we are out.
Except for one person.